welcome on into DMS Adventures Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for our epic level 20 adventure with the continued adventures of the Story Seekers. And apparently Ragnarok is trying to bribe the kids into telling him what the answer is, Tor. It's not gonna work, because they don't know either. Dylan didn't help with this one, sorry. Alright. So... Alright. Yes, this is in fact, when I say epic, I mean truly epic adventure that we've got coming up right here, because it is in fact an Adventure League epic that is allowed to be run as a single table adventure. So we will definitely be on a epic journey for this adventure. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and give our players some time to redeem those ashy advantages, those pupspirations, all of that fun stuff. I mean, Layden is the pseudonym for Larden, right?
Sure.
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 Okay, so with that, we also have oh good lord. Fletcher does get spellcasting now. His DC is 21. Good lord. Alright, so on Thursdays, we have our Video Game Thursdays, which is Valheim right now, and so join us for that. Then on Fridays, we have our Wild Beyond the Witchlight adventure. Join us as our adventurers are working their way through the Palace of the Heart's Desire within the Feywild and Prismeer. And trying to figure out what the hag's true name is. Alright, and then on Saturdays we have our Strix 7 College of Chaos adventure, where we have our homebrew game of Strixhaven. Our adventuring party just finished a heist, which turned into a murder. Of course it did, that's how it works. He was a bad dude. And are now back on campus. So join us this Saturday as we
I'm not playing in Assistance.
well, yes, most of you are back on campus. Some of you are somewhere not on campus.
The two with a drinking problem.
And all of the potions, yes.
Problem was they kept bringing potions.
That's true. But join us as we figure out how to get them back, because you have no idea other than that they are on the same plane you are. So, alright. With that, we've given our players enough time to redeem some stuff, so we will go ahead and jump over to our page here. We have the continued adventures of our Story Seekers here. This campaign started last April, almost a year ago. With the Candlekeep Mysteries level 1, and now they are level 20 and have been joined by Nyx, another level 20 wizard. So let us go ahead. We've got Starflower, played by Cooper.
Hey.
Who is a level 20 ranger.
Yep.
All ranger, and this is the thing now. All of our characters are solid, all the same class. No multi-classing. They are 20 levels of a single class. So we have Starflower is a level 20 ranger. We have Orsic, played by Torque.
Hello.
Who is a level 20 artificer. We have King Bludger, played by Ragnarok.
Lord and in charge.
Of something, yes. Who is a level 20 barbarian.
Don't tell the missus I said it.
Never. We have Rycanis, played by Steve, who will not be joining us tonight, but he is a level 20 cleric. His god has called him elsewhere today. We have Hush. He's on a mission, it's fine. We have Hush, played by Bob.
Remember, best block, no be there.
That's good advice right there. He is a level 20 monk. We have Larden, played by Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Who is a level 20 wizard. And joining them on this epic adventure that is the one that they found in their last adventure, Nyx, played by Tor.
Hello.
Another level 20 wizard. Different type, still level 20. Still wizard. Oh, so many wizard. So many wizard. Don't worry though, Nyx, you hang around these guys long enough and Bludger will turn you into a muscle wizard. So.
No.
No. Just no.
That's
okay.
what they all say at first, and they all come back.
Nyx
Head
takes
stems
after
to
me.
muscle mancy.
Nyx takes after me. She doesn't like organized exercise.
Stoltz was sitting up in the morning. That counts as a sit-up.
Dude, if that's the case, I am getting so many exercises. Let's tell the doctor we're exercising. We get out of bed. That works. I like it.
I haven't missed the routine in quite a while.
All right. So, with that,
They always ask, how much can you comfortably lift and carry? And they're very shocked when I have an exact weight because that's how much the cats weigh.
all right. So, we, just to kind of go over some stuff, since our last adventure, you guys made it back to Candlekeep, and, were able to get a little bit of, things done here. Let's see. You guys met back at the bar that that Bludger runs on Candlekeep, and it was from there that you went your own ways for, let's go with a year. Why not? We'll say it's been a year. It's been a
I
crazy
would have had
year.
so many more spells.
It's been a crazy year of dealing with getting your affairs and stuff in order. Larden, your school is up and going and doing quite well actually. Nyx, did you go and help him in certain times?
Yeah, and then between that and being at a bit off key sometimes, and
Okay.
sometimes on a boat.
All right. Sometimes on a boat. That's about right. Mhm.
My buddy's pirate ship.
Okay, so with all of that, who would like to start with what you guys have been up to for this last year?
I've done that stuff and also started trying to learn how to create magical objects.
You're learning to create magical objects, okay?
Yeah, to enchant stuff.
Okay. All right.
Larden got into a little scroll scribing as a hobby. And now that he's actually like turning into an adult, he's like filling out a little bit, so he's a little bigger than he was. And he's grown a goatee and a little mustache, which is admittedly a little pathetic, but he's very proud of it. And yeah, he's been teaching and expanding the students to include as many homeless kids as he can. So I suspect at some point in this time frame, he ran afoul of the Thieves Guild that was recruiting as well, but they didn't get very far trying to run him out of business. So that would be my sort of like excitement for the year.
There you go.
The tavern that my sibling owns has a history of hiring urchins and giving them weapons.
Nice.
The real question is, does his beard connect?
Like to the bottom of his lip, right here? Yeah, it does. It goes from the bottom of the lip down. Just barely, though. Just barely.
All right, it'll count.
Yeah,
If you have one of
barely.
those little wispy chin beards or something, we have to tase him
Yeah.
over.
Mhm.
Or a man bun.
It took a really long time to get there, but he got there.
Is it actually there, or did he just prestidigitate it or mono
No,
to make it
he
look
promised
like
he promised he would do it honest, so he did it honest.
Granted, he might have done the other to figure out what look he was going for.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of like test runs.
Yep.
You need the handlebars, man. Add the handlebars.
Oh Lord.
But he does confide with Nix at some point when they're hanging out and teaching and talking and whatnot that he's pretty sure he's 19, but he doesn't know for sure exactly how old he was, and that he confesses to her that when they on their first adventure with the Story Seekers, he straight up lied about his age.
I don't think they'll care. I mean, they might just start calling you youngin, but you know.
No,
Oh, definitely calling him youngin.
Totally.
but he's pretty sure he was 16 when he started adventuring, but he might have been 15. He doesn't actually know what his birthday is. So
I don't actually know how Nix is at this point.
and she's a gnome, so probably been kicking around for a while.
How long would you say it's like? How long did that campaign take as time-wise?
If I'm tracking it appropriately, it should be right around 5 years, because it was about a year of play, and we've done about 3 or 4 adventures with about a year between each, if I'm not mistaken.
So this
Five, maybe 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been how many since the adventure, like the actual ended before we started doing the extra stuff?
I think
After level 15 or whatever?
you're probably
Okay.
looking at about 2 to 2.5.
So this would mean that Bludge is 27 and his kid's about 2.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's have a terrible twos mini bludger. That's gonna be great.
I like it.
Jack.
Yes.
100%.
3 is worse.
3 is worse.
2 is super easy.
Oh my
3 is
God.
3 and 4. Oh my god.
Yeah, 4. Oh yeah, 4 was the one for us.
I mean, he's a quarter. Let's see, a quarter dryad, a quarter human, and half succubi. So yeah, Jack.
Yep. Pretty much. Okay. All right. So
Including the whole bursting into flames thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. So Bludger, how has that been going?
A lot of sleepless nights, probably.
Probably.
Luckily, he has a higher constitution now, so he can stay up a little bit longer. Let's say business would have been going good, as you know, it's pretty. Of course, other taverns in Candlekeep, but few of them have been run. I'm assuming by people who've actually gone out to the world and adventured and slain gods and demigods and such. So
Right.
there's a unique selling point there. Book sales would have been good. Most of the profits reinvested into the tavern to add new things to the menu, namely more expensive beers and such, kind of spread the word that way.
Okay.
All the money he has made, which totals about 88,000, not counting the passive income, if any. I don't know if Adventures League has rules for
That's
that.
kind of goes back into the bar.
Into the bar and into his kids' college fund, or whatever the D&D equivalent of that is.
His Strixhaven fund. Yeah.
No, never. Anyway, yeah, that's one. And namely, in the last year or so, he would be he'd be researching, strange enough, I know, reading classes and all, trying to find the Fountain of Youth, which you heard about in a totally legitimate book while listening in to story time with the kids. Reason for that being, he knows that his dad's human, which is great. His mom's a dryad, which are technically immortal, and his wife is technically immortal. And he knows that even being half dryad, humans kind of get the short end of the stick when it comes to multiracialing. So just because he knows that his wife's already a few hundred years old, and truth be told, even at his maximum lifespan, it's really just a blink in the eye to someone who can live as long as she can or his mom can, and he wants to be there to make sure, she's not alone with a kid, or, leave his kids alone. So he's trying to find a way to extend his lifespan to spend more time with his family.
Okay.
Have you talked about that with Martin at all? Have you confided in Martin about that at all?
You probably would have seen him reading books, like actual books, not just, pop-up books, little whiteboards and such. So yeah, he would have confided some things.
Because Martin's there a lot to watch the kid. He comes in like once a month or once every month. Hangs out.
Right. Yes, he would have confided in that. It's depressing to think that, a human at 80, 90 years, she's already a few hundred years old and she's going to live for thousands more. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that is going. Let's see here. Starflower, what are you doing in the year between adventures? Do we have a star?
It's on earlier.
No.
Can you
There
give
we
me
go.
a few minutes?
Okay, sure.
And I'll tell you.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and Hush. From what you sent me, I'm totally okay with. So if you would like to establish that, you totally can.
Okay. Did you want me to talk about it? Or?
Go for it. What have you
Okay.
been doing in the last year?
So, Hush has, he's acquired a little wealth from being a muscle for hire, and he's kind of found his calling, even though he's not very creative. He's probably doing something similar to others or that he's seen, but in the meantime, the librarian that he was an aide to has since passed on, and the new librarian would have no truck with Hush. So he's actually started his own kind of monastery. While on a job, he evacuated a lonely spot up in the Grey Peak Mountains, and he decided to kind of create his own little school, mostly for Kenku, and just a place for them to be, because he's not really the orphan, but he doesn't know anything about his past beyond being in the monastery. So he mostly teaches martial arts, and they eke out. Well, they do more than eke out, but it's kind of like a troop of mercenaries.
Okay.
Kenku mercenaries.
A whole school of Kenku, talking about scraping off the mold
Right.
Yes.
as they break bricks with their hands.
Punch gravel.
Would that be considered a murder of Kenku?
It would be a murder of Kenku.
Somebody had to say it.
Nice.
Oy.
Susan,
Oh,
this is
yourself.
the picture.
Okay.
Ah, shit, here it comes.
Okay. So hold on. Let's see here. I assume that most likely between the two wizards here, you probably have created a teleportation circle at the school for Hush to be able to take back and forth.
Sure. Yeah, I can pop back and forth whenever he needs. In fact, I probably would have picked up a pair of sending stones or something and had them and given one to Hush so that he could contact me.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, I figure between the two of you guys can probably do that.
Mhm.
Okay.
All that, and I have access to the Harper's ones too, so
Ooh.
it'd be
Yeah. But putting
it
one
can get
at
us closer probably to his place.
okay. All right. Well then, okay. What do you got going on there, Star?
after the last adventure we had, and everything is just kind of going slowly, even in the Feywild. Star is just hanging out with her sister, and well, after a few months, they each got themselves a new boyfriends.
Nice.
But they need well too, and it's better than just sitting around doing nothing. Just mostly partying out,
Okay.
partying out.
But
Stuff like
Star
that.
got a boyfriend?
Yep, Star got a boyfriend.
All right.
Okay, so here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Hey, Bludger, ask Starflower what their boyfriend's name is.
What's your boyfriend's name?
I'm sorry, horny.
Horny?
Gordon hates them. Hates them with a passion. Maybe he's never even met them. He doesn't like them.
Your boyfriend's name is Horny.
Yes.
That's a little on the nose, but you know what? Good for you, Star.
I think that's pretty the nickname of most boyfriends.
True facts. Alright. True facts.
The one on the right is stars. The one on the left is moons.
Oh.
One morning.
Yep.
For that name.
Probably for that name. Yep. Yep, probably. They're beeping out the name. Sorry, Star. Yep.
I
Alright.
said I'm sorry.
Okay. So then, let's see. I think that's everybody.
What about Orsic?
Sky. Yeah, Orsic. Yeah.
Orsic?
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, you know, I traveled back to my folks and kind of buried myself in my work. Went into my shop and got some new blueprints out and spent a little money on some gems and built myself a little. I'm working a servant to help me with tasks around the shop, and well, that was kind of the new invention I did over the last year. It took a little time, but I think I tweaked it the way I liked it. And other than that, you know, just kind of helped out around this homestead and fixed things up and took care of my parents.
There you go.
And occasionally answered semi-frantic sending messages from Nyx going, "It's on fire! What did I do wrong?"
Yes, yeah. Anytime, yeah. If Nick had a question on mechanical stuff, building stuff, I would for sure respond or come and visit and help tweak it as I could. Sure.
Okay. I mean, you know. Hopefully, anyway. Okay. All right. So then, with that all said and done, we are going to go ahead, and it is about a year later than the last adventure. And you are all you all receive a note that is not from Candlekeep. It is actually it has a letterhead you just don't recognize as one that you have seen before, but it does have some giant glyphs, text up on the top. Does anybody speak giant?
Speak whatever. Give me 10 minutes.
Right, I know you can if.
Yeah, not off the top of my
Okay.
head.
So, asking around, those of you at Candlekeep, it's not a problem. Otherwise, the rest of the letter is in common, but the very top of it, you're not able to read the letterhead itself.
I would cast comprehend languages with my helm.
Okay.
So I should be able to read it.
It says from the desk of Sarissa, Princess Sarissa. and the letter says, your help has been requested. We will be teleporting you to the base of the Thunder Peak Mountains for more information. And it is as you finish reading this letter that you feel yourself being teleported.
Were we all in our separate locations when we
Separate
received these letters?
locations. Yep. It seems
I'm
that
really fighting the urge to counterspell.
I know, right? It seems that as you read to the bottom of the letter, it's as if, somehow this letter knows when you get to the bottom, and that is the trigger that sets the spell off. And it is then that you find yourselves at the base of the Thunder Peak Mountains. Or Thunder Peak, yeah. That is, of course, within Faerun. You are aware of this. And you see around you lots of different adventurers. You see that there are adventurers of different parties, some that seem to be by themselves, and the like. And standing just off of just away from the crowd, up kind of a little bit on like a rock, even though she clearly does not need it for the height purposes, you see a female storm giant wearing a very simple crown. It is clear that this is probably the person who summoned you. And she says, "Adventurers, heroes, friends of giants, and enemies of Sastan, today is the day of reckoning." As she steps down off of the rock, and she is holding a scepter in one hand. She says, "The Red Wizards and their ilk have taken much from the world. Their latest acquisition, my father and the Worm Skull Throne, are but a part of their greater scheme." And you see a attendant step up next to her and unfurls an ancient sketch of a Dracolich laying waste to a town. And Sarissa continues and says, "This portrait was drawn centuries ago to capture some of the power of what the Cult of Dragons call the First Sacred One, known as Sargaralar, the First Dracolich. We have found evidence that Saztan wishes to remake this creature, destroyed by spellfire. His bones and phylactery scattered and shattered in the Thunder Peak Mountains and their caverns nearly 150 years ago. The Red Wizard's ritual will bind this Dracolich to the Worm Skull Throne, allowing the Dracolich to use it as his new phylactery, and Sastan will become a powerful new undead servant alongside my father." And as she pauses for a moment and stops and just waits for you to kind of process all of this information. And
Set.
I like your 3 that you rolled right there, by the way.
Right. So first of all, I didn't follow like any of that. I don't even know who the enemies of Lestat are. How long has it been since we've all been together again?
As a group, it's been close to a year.
Oh, all right. Well, since he doesn't really understand what she's talking about, and she's using a lot of big words, so many words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you lot. Well, I probably see Lord all the time, but
And yeah, you see Larden, you see everybody individually.
Yeah.
But you haven't been together as a group for almost a year.
Well, do y'all notice that every time we're, just enjoying life or whatnot, doing whatever it is we're doing, there's always some book or note that teleports us somewhere.
Kind of our life, huh?
I mean,
It's gotta be some kind of joke, actually, now.
No, I don't think it is, Star.
when I go
Sass
to
Tam is no joke.
Well, when I want to go to the doctor, not that I ever really want to go, but the wife makes me, I'll do this thing where I'll actually walk into a building and I'll make an appointment, and I show up for that appointment to see the doctor. I don't just have her teleport the doctor into my living room. I'll have a great and mighty quest for you. Take more blood pressure.
I think we should do that. Dang it! If only our doctor actually played D&D, I would totally do that.
They never know. You can always ask them. They might.
Our doctors suck.
Our doctors
Dang it.
suck. Probably not.
Turn your head and cough. I don't know. Roll for persuasion.
Right?
All right, so let's get our bearings, guys.
Oh, I don't know, like, who this lady is. She's, talking, and they talk so much, you wish you 15 words or less. But I'll see the crown and the scepter, so I'm going to go ahead and assume you are royalty.
As this conversation goes on, you see Sarissa's expression grows grim as she raises the scepter over her head, and you see
I'm gonna be ready and waiting for her to break it over her knee because last time that was bad.
that's fair. That's fair. She says, hold on. Let's see. Okay. She says, today we have 3 goals. Capture my father's body without destroying it or killing what remains within. Recover the Wormskull throne. And stop the ritual to bring the Draco Lich to this realm.
Question. I'm going to raise my hand.
What? Yeah.
What? Yes, over here.
Uh-huh.
King. Hello, question. King Bludger, right?
Uh-huh.
What does this have to do with us? Because it sounds like it's your dad, so shouldn't this be something that you take care of?
Larden looks around.
Of course, you didn't even really ask. You didn't even ask. You just teleport us here and start giving us orders like, yeah, we're all heroes, saving the realms and whatnot. But, people at least ask. Well, they're supposed to ask. Don't just summon us and it's like, hey, you lot, do this thing for me because, yeah.
I was told that you are the best of the best, and that is why you are all here. You have all been regarded very highly and told.
Yeah, but that doesn't invalidate what he's saying. You're a princess. You're one of the highest ups. Do you want people to just teleport you every which way whenever they want?
Larden kind of like whispers to the Seekers. If she's talking about Sass Tam and the Draco Lich, I don't think it matters anymore why we're here. We probably need to be here.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the leader of the Red Wizards. Remember those wizards we fought with the little kid who's now one of my students after we raised him from the dead? Well, the guy who leads that whole nation is a horrible wizard. He's very powerful, and if he's here raising a Draco Lich, we're in Cormyr. There's thousands of people that live here. I'm annoyed too, but I think this is kind of our bag.
Oh, I'm down to kill a lot of red wizards.
Red.
Hey, just a minute here. We're conferring amongst ourselves. He says.
We have we're huddling. It's a team huddle.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying that I won't hit something with me mole, because I will, but, I'm sitting there getting ready to go, out to lunch with the missus, and it's just like, poof, now I'm here fighting wizards and a Draco Lich, I'm just saying a little bit of consideration would have been appreciated,
I agree. I dust some chalk dust off my hands. I was teaching a class. That was probably awkward. It would teach me to open my mail when the kids are sitting down.
Well, your students are gone, mate. There's that rule that you're late or you're disappear. They're gone.
No, see, there's another me there. He just substitutes, so it works out fine.
It's still creepy to me, but
transporting us randomly, who knows if people would have all their stuff. I always do because I'm paranoid, but still.
Me too. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we all survived. What do you think, Orsic? I can get us out of here right now. We don't want to do this. I'll do it. Snap my finger.
Well, I mean, it does feel kind of good to get out of the shop. I mean, I don't even know how long's it been since we've seen each other. Man, this.
Larden makes a point to visit everybody. He has like a weekend cycle. He just jumps around the world and sees everybody.
I mean, it's been about a year since we've all been together.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel kind of good to get a little fresh air and and do a little good for the rest of the area. But there are a few things I probably should finish up at home. But anyway,
I'm just saying, my wife gets out of the tub, gets dressed, and comes out, and I'm nowhere to be found. She's going to be pissed.
Yeah, she's going to be ticked. And I can do a sending if you want to let her know. I'll be that guy again. She seems to not want to kill me. So.
In any other situation, if your wife was sitting there looking angry and her husband's gone, and she got a telepathic message saying that some random person teleported them away for an epic quest, it would sound like a lot of bullshit. She'd get really mad. But given that this has happened at least 3 or 4 times now, I might just get away with it.
Bludger, give me a perception check, please.
Dude, she's right behind you.
Every time it has to do with the wife, I always roll below 10. Every time it has something to do with the wife, I always roll bad. I guess that's a reflection of...
That's reality, man. That's reality.
Blind spot.
Everybody give me a perception check, actually.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
just
Everyone.
Everybody.
in her cocktail dress with a staff ready to bash him over the head.
Larden's got a 3. Larden's like, oh, Roger, I wanted to talk to you about a thing. Just remind me later to talk to you about a thing. It's about the book you've been reading. Anyway, now just keep going on while whatever it is happens.
So, Nyx and Star, you do in fact see Bludger's wife with another group of adventurers. She's
Well,
not
you
in
can
a
ask her yourself, behind you.
She's not in a
Larden, save
cocktail
yourself
dress.
slot. She's right over there.
Yes.
She is in full adventuring gear. Apparently, she knew to read the top of the letter and stop before she got to the bottom of the letter because she recognized the name of the person who was sending it.
Wait, we can just stop reading things? That's an option?
I mean...
Damn it, Lord, and why didn't you say that?
You know how long it took to get him to read things?
I mean, yeah.
I kind of don't want you to stop.
By the way, you guys did notice with that 27 and 35 that Bludger was the last of your party to arrive.
Oh, I just want to say that I rolled a 3, so I'm not at least the last one who notices the wife.
Well, yeah,
I had a 5, so Bludger at least is ahead of us.
It was a very wordy letter. I feel like it could have been condensed or maybe used like some pop-up pictures to better illustrate the point. But what was my wife doing dressed up as an adventurer with another group of people?
So she will walk over to you, Bludger. And
I swear to God, it's not my fault, ma'am.
Don't worry, Larden, it's fine. I wondered when I saw who the letter was from if you guys would be called as well.
Wait, she called you too?
Of course she did.
How dare you call my wife?
Bludger, remember I told you about how the Giants had this big issue for this last year and how the king of the Storm Giants got kidnapped and that it's been this whole thing and that there was this yeah, you totally don't remember. Yeah, you totally don't remember. But she goes on to tell you Sarissa is the youngest daughter of the King Hecaton, who was the king of the Storm Giants, and in essence the king of all giants that are currently alive. And Yeah, you don't remember either, Star, apparently.
Nope.
But she is currently in charge of all the giants, as her father has been killed.
Oh.
And from what she has said, it seems like her father's body has been stolen by the Red Wizards. And your wife turns to all of you and says, "Who do you think told them to make sure and bring you guys?"
Cool.
Oh boy. You did?
Yeah, of
Seriously?
course I did.
Well, we had plans to go and.
I didn't know
Hey.
when this would be. I just knew it was going to happen.
Hey, dumb uncle question, but where's the little one? Who's
Yeah, I
back?
was supposed to say, where's the kid?
With Quill, of
Quill.
course.
Oh, Quill's got him. All right, cool.
Oh, well, okay. Trust Quill, Godmother,
Do you need me to have? Lauren's watching the home, so I can't really send him to you. I can send the stone to him if you want me to.
No, Quill's got it. It's fine.
All right, cool.
There's plenty of, between Quill and Bob, they'll be fine.
Okay, Bob's a rock, though.
Bob's
Not this
taking
fall.
care of the bar, and Quill's taking care of the kid. It's not a problem. We've got it taken care of.
Now, Bob may be a rock, but he makes the best draw martini you have ever had.
So, just so you know, since clearly Bludger wasn't paying attention, Larden,
That's
Orsix,
accurate.
you guys remember everything that's, like, hearing what's been going on this last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
worm.
yeah, I've been reading some of the news in the local.
Well, the Wormskull throne. It's the throne that the Storm Giants had, and it is a very, very powerful magical throne. And it seems that the Red Wizards, when they stole King Hecaton's body, they also stole the throne. So that is what they're talking about.
Did the Red Wizards kill King Hecaton?
That is unclear.
Well, I mean, I've been looking at this and reading about it and listening to the bards, and I thought maybe I should get the guys together, and I should have followed my instinct, because we could have done this a lot sooner and caused a whole lot less problems, and so now here we are.
Yes, but this is they had to figure out and, infiltrate into the Red Wizards a little bit to figure out their plans, but as soon as they did, that is why we are all here. There's, as you can see, there's many groups of us, and we are going to take care of this as a mass to try to get this all taken care of. But your group is one of the most powerful of all of these groups. I am overseeing this lower group, as I want to make sure they survive. But I think that it is you guys that will be able to infiltrate and take care of some of the more difficult of the tasks. That's why I told them to get you.
Yeah.
You have to understand, if we do not stop the ritual that is going to happen, and if we don't get the body of King Hecaton back and the Wormskull throne back before they are able to use it, there will be a Dracolich within Faerun. And he will destroy everything.
I mean, didn't we already beat one of them?
Yeah, but it wasn't like this one. This one's the first. This one's.
This
way
is
bigger.
what all of them are based on.
It's
Oh,
like,
so it's like, what's her name? Damn it. She's big, vain, lots of dragon heads.
Tiamat.
Tiffany. Tiffany,
no,
right.
No, Tiamat. Yeah, right. No, Tiffany. Right, sure.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. I like that one better.
But Bludger,
What?
you see this storm giant. She points to the princess. Her father is bigger than she is, more powerful than she is. And if he is raised from the dead, that is not going to be a good idea.
So what do you think is Well, all right. I think we're in. Hey, wait. Where the hell's Rycanus? We can't do this without a cleric. Where's our guy?
Not
Where
for
is he?
nothing, but I helped kill Tiamat.
He
He looks at her, like, straight up stares at Nyx with his jaw on the floor. You what?
Yeah, that was my other adventuring party. Yeah, we killed her. A bunch of her minions. That's why I have mixed feelings about dragons.
Holy.
We killed
Crap.
Goliath.
Yeah, we
Have
did.
that?
No, we did that before we met Nyx.
Rycanus
Damn
will
it.
be here, but he is currently on a mission for his god.
Okay.
That-
You're all in.
He
I
is
can cast Cure Wounds.
he is currently making sure that there are more healers coming.
Okay.
But don't
So who are
worry.
all these?
There are several of us who can cast healing spells. That if necessary, we can help you.
I appreciate your faith in us.
Of course.
Alright, you guys want me to talk to the lady?
Oh, we're still in the huddle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's gonna change.
Oh,
Is she like just super pissed off over there?
She is actually talking to someone else, but you see it's really funny because it is now clear to you that Bludger's wife may have some powerful friends.
she was.
As you she says, we need to listen to the rest of her instructions. And I think it might explain a little bit more.
Alright.
And as
So-
she steps away from your group, you see the princess look over, and Saris kind of nods, and Sarissa keeps going and says, like I said, 3 goals. Capture my father's body without destroying it or killing what remains, because if we can capture it, then we can bring him back. Recover the Wormskull throne, and most importantly, stop the ritual to return this Draco Lich to this realm. Now, you are all going to be on, specific jobs to do this. The first of which is to recover some of the bones of this Draco Lich, and others will be looking for pieces of the Draco Lich's previous destroyed phylactery, as those are both ingredients in the Red Wizard's ritual. Now, you will receive specific orders from some of my attendants as to what exactly your job in this situation will be. But may not only my god and the All-Father, as well as all other gods, watch over us. Good luck. And as she finishes, she kind of just steps back and goes back to conferring with some of her attendants. And as you see, one of the other storm giants comes over, just not necessarily like they look like one of the younger storm giants, and says, "You're the story seekers, right?"
Loudon shouts up, "Yeah, that's us! Can you hear us?"
As he kneels to me. He says, "You am very highly recommended, and I believe that because of this, you have been tasked with what is probably some of the more difficult of the task, because it is believed that you will be able to accomplish this like no others could."
That's almost certain to be true.
I mean, we all pretty amazing.
That's a lot of flattery. We're gonna get a shit job right now.
Also, Commander pretty.
Sometimes the stories get a little overblown. I think a lot of it had to do with a little bit of luck, a lot of skill, and maybe just a few things went our way.
Well, for nothing, but he also command a pretty decent price tag.
So, what do you need us to do?
We have been able to ascertain where. Okay. This Dracolich they're trying to resurrect, as it were, had their lair here within the Thunder Peak Mountains. And we are, when they were killed, their phylactery as well as their bones were scattered within this mountain range. We have been able to ascertain approximately where the lair of the Dracolich was, and so we believe that is where the phylactery was when it was destroyed. So it is our hope that you can go and find as many pieces of that phylactery as possible. As the more you collect, the less likely the Red Wizards will be able to complete their ritual.
When we find them, what do we do with them?
Don't give them to the Red Wizards.
Well, I mean, obviously, but like, do you want us to? I can teleport them anywhere in Faerun that you want. We can do something with them. Put them in a bag, send them to another plane. I'm just saying we got options, you know.
I would say, do what you feel is best with them, but just make sure they stay out of the hands of the Red Wizards.
And let me guess, Thunder Peaks is crawling with Red Wizards right now, huh?
We've seen quite a few, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys know the history of this Dracolich. Shar,
Not really a clue.
Shar, as we will call them because their name is crazy, was one ancient red dragon who became the very first Dracolich. After a reign of terror in which he massacred thousands with his devastating breath of fire and lightning, he was destroyed by the Spellfire. The Dracolich's bones were scattered across the Thunder Peaks, his phylactery broken and shattered, and he was not able to come back. And that was approximately 150 years ago. It is now that they are trying to resurrect him, and we are trying to stop that. So, please, help us to do so.
Do we know what the phylactery looked like?
Unfortunately, I do not.
I know you said to grab all the pieces we can, but do you know how many of them there are?
We do not. Unfortunately, there is no one alive that knew what happened within the thing, because it was destroyed, and in being destroyed, everyone around, we assume, was killed.
Well,
because it was quite a spell that destroyed it.
Did you have you recovered any pieces yet?
Not yet, no.
It's gonna be tough to scry on it then.
Yes.
And it worked with me, but
now
hell.
The most important thing with this is that there is quite the time limit on this. As you see, we are hoping that if we collect enough of them, as well as the other groups collecting the bones and whatnot, that we can come together with these other adventurers to take these Red Wizards and, well, Saztan specifically, and destroy them before they can, well, destroy us, as it were.
Hold on a second. You want us to throw hands with Saztan?
No, we want to destroy him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, well,
Was he the lich or was he the giant?
He's the lich.
he's the
Yeah,
lich.
they're right in.
He's the lich that is trying to bring back this Draco Lich, as well as raise King Hecaton as his minion. So, mainly, it is a matter of trying to stop them.
Right.
So,
You guys think to call Elminster? You know, for this?
Who the hell is Elminster?
Oh, he's the greatest wizard who ever wizarded.
Oh man.
we have put out calls to everyone that is willing to help.
He's probably smart enough not to read the letter.
Right?
Yeah.
There,
That's the legend.
I went to his spam folder.
it did. It totally did. He had his minion read it, so his minion's over there in the behind the tree.
He's cursing right now. I don't get paid enough for this job.
Not for nothing, but wandering into the Thunder Peaks without a direction seems like a really bad idea. Do you have any general idea where we can start our search?
We do.
Oh, good. Well, let's.
There.
Gordon pulls out a piece of rolls out a scroll and casts minor illusion and does his best version of Thunder Peaks geography that he can think of off the top of his head. It's like, all right, where do we go?
We have received some intelligence from some of Sarissa's scouts that, and they kind of point you, tell you how to get to this lair. You must go through what is known as the prismatic corridor.
That sounds good. Yeah. No.
Yes.
Nothing bad ever happens after prismatic.
No, prismatic is always good for us, right? Super healthy.
Yeah,
All
totally.
Right. Where's that at?
And
I'm just glad we're not underwater this time, so,
Yeah, right.
mountains are okay.
Oh my gosh, right?
Don't speak too soon. You never know.
right.
I am a mountain dwarf, so I kind of like the mountains a little better than underwater.
I mean, I can breathe underwater, so I don't see what the big deal is.
Also, guys, I still cast underwater breathing every morning, so if you guys want some,
It
just let
took
me
me
know.
6 months to get the rust off my last set of armor. That
Yeah, I was pretty sure the closest lake is Lake Sember, and it's like 30 miles to the east, so we're good.
I mean, maybe. Maybe. All right. So,
Yes, that mysterious voice in the sky likes to torture Nyx with water.
it's true. It's true. All right. So with that, I'm actually going to, because so out of game, this is an epic. So there is things that you do that the way that an epic works. Certain
There's a bunch of tables playing the same module at different tiers, and they can affect each other.
Yes. There are missions within the overarching mission, and with each one, at the completion of each one, you can earn certain advantages, or what are called boons. Because this is a single table adventure, you are going to get to be able to use those boons for yourselves. Normally, you would be able to give them to a different table. Well, this is actually a tier 3 and tier 4 epic. So the tier 3 people, or the lower adventuring parties, are the ones that are looking for all the bones.
Gotcha.
While you guys, and what would be all of the tier 4 adventurers, are looking for the phylactery. Because, like I did tell my my players, a lot of this is going to be more theater of the mind until we get to fights or whatever, which will probably be just on regular, map, because there are no maps for this. I will try to get some for maybe the later fights down the road, but for the first couple missions, there are no maps. That being said, you are technically on your own. However, because this is an epic, there are spellcasting services available. So that would mean that any other adventuring party would be able to say cast Cure Wounds or whatever. It is restricted to something that would be a single action as opposed to anything like ritual casting, prayer of healing or whatever.
Yeah.
You during this adventure, so from this point till the time we get done, there is only enough time in game, like in the actual time period of the game, to take a single short rest, no long rests. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
You know what I just picked up that's gonna come in all
Catnap?
sorts of handy? No, I already had catnap.
Oh.
I can identify at will now.
Mhm.
Is this last week? Nah, fuck it.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Also,
Alright.
saying earlier, I'll go with the necrotic and the psychic, although now we're going to some place called Thunder Peak. I wish I would have taken Thunder or Lightning, but I honor what I said.
That's
just the
why.
name of the piece.
That's why I didn't want to tell you where you were going or what you were doing, because I didn't want to influence your choices.
Don't worry, Ledger. There's all kinds of monsters in the Thunder Peaks.
I did say necrotic, and we all fighting potentially some liches, so hopefully
Potentially.
that'll help.
Red wizards like that too.
Okay.
Horrible wizards,
Retroactively, you would say the right half of his body, Ledgers, has a black tattoo, such as ritualistic markings, and the other half has a silver tattoo, similar markings. Retroactive. I don't know how much the tattoos cost, so I'll just deduct it whenever you get in the total.
I think. So prismatic path, then I suppose, huh, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, because this is going to be Theater of the Mind, I'm going to go ahead and use the picture that Andrew did of our adventuring party as the just random background that's going to be going on here.
The handsome bastard with the mole.
Yes.
Have our tokens so we can click in the long rest that we took.
Yes, I can do that.
This is so
Susan,
cool.
Can't you click on it from your character sheet? There's buttons now on the character sheet.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is that new?
I don't
where's
know.
that?
Right above your.
Where's it at?
I thought you did that, Darwin.
It's right underneath your bonds and flaws and
Oh,
ideals.
that
and
is
on
brand
the
new.
bottom.
Oh, wow. About time they added that onto the sheet. Oh, nice.
Good job, Roll20.
I'm going to quit Sword Rest, see what happens.
Okay. Did
Oh,
anything
nice.
Knew that that was a
Nothing's
thing, and
happening.
D&D is so new, nobody would have bothered
Nice.
to tell them, right?
All right. So I guess we're going to journey to the prismatic path.
It's not
The
working.
whole,
Yeah,
The
I
whole
don't
time.
see anything happening though.
could be because you need a token to click on.
I probably need a token on the board
okay.
rather than
Well, hold on, and I will put your token on the board.
Yeah, you
Just
can
gonna
probably
put
just put it down at the bottom.
We're gonna put one out on the bottom. Yep. All right. So, 4, 6.
There's a star on top of the star.
There you go.
You can't put it on top of our characters.
Roger. I'm just
That'd be cool.
bringing them onto the page. So, Larden, Nyx. I think that's everybody. And then
Any chance you could associate my new token with my token?
I just didn't get that chance, but yes, I can.
That's all right.
All
I
right.
know it takes time, so don't worry about it now if you don't need
All
to.
right. All right.
And the buttons didn't work for the short rest.
That's
anymore,
weird.
at least on mine.
Yeah.
The macro just did a thing, but not the
Mhm.
other one.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's too new. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Cool, though.
must be too new, but this is still awesome.
Right. All right. The potential
But
is there.
somehow it fixed the issue that we had with the macros that you put in,
Right.
because that's how I got mine.
Okay. So, yep. Okay, let's see here. So then you don't have a whole lot of time, but is there anything that anybody wants to do prior to stepping into this mountain?
To find some potions of thunder resistance.
Unfortunately, doesn't seem like there's a potion shop nearby.
Oh, come on, not a single poster shop.
Not a
around
single
the corner?
potion shop.
This is why you don't teleport people to the mountains for a job. And don't let them get adequately supplied first. Hint, hint.
Mhm.
I have pretty adequate supplies. What do you guys need? Larkin pulls out his bag of holding. I got rations and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
so much.
Only have 2 potions of greater healing and 1 superior healing potion.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Alright.
But I think we should probably be careful about what we decide to face. If we can avoid a fight, let's do that. Because Racanis isn't here, and man, that makes me nervous.
Would
Well,
make you
you still
nervous?
got that spell storing item, right, Larden? Or
Oh, I don't use it anymore. I don't need it anymore. So didn't we give it to Nyx? I thought Nyx
Yeah,
had it.
you gave it to Nyx.
or Nyx? That's right, Nyx.
Yeah,
you
Nyx
still have that. And that one's loaded up with cure wounds. 10 charges of it.
Yeah, we'll be okay. I can cure. I've learned how to bend the weave to cure wounds myself, so I can use my normal spells if needs be. I just hope we don't have to.
Alright, then, well, I guess we'll go. Wait a minute. Wolf arrived with her own adventuring party.
Mhm.
Wait. Good question. Deviled eggs. Did she remember the deviled eggs?
You didn't ask.
It's not an official quest until we get our eggs.
It's true. But you didn't
Well,
ask.
I want to look at her party to make sure there's no other bloke there who might try to get fresh while I'm not around.
Lauren stands behind Bludger with his arms crossed, all his 5'8" and all his 5'8" glory, and tries to look as co-intimidating as he can.
Okay. Okay.
Do we need to threaten someone? Because I have a very good method.
I'm just making
That's
sure
super
that no
good
one's
with
gonna.
Give
No
me
one's gonna
a
get in.
perception check there, Larden and Ledger.
Oh, we're gonna nail it. You got it. Look
Yeah,
at you
that's
with all
great,
with a
because-
10. With a 10. What do me? Right here. A 5. Yes.
Good job. Good job. All right. Yeah. You noticed that, Bludger, that the group that she is with, seems to be made up of all spellcasters. But they seem to resemble a lot of the clerics and paladins in their looks. So you're looking at people that are within, do have armor and shields and that kind of situation going on. But they look to be fairly young, and they also look to be all female.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, they could get handsy too.
They can. I'm just saying. It seems that she.
Literally what ran through my head. That don't mean nothing.
No, but
That
it
won't
seems.
make it worse.
I don't
It
know,
might.
clerics, paladins, a succubus.
Uh-huh.
There's
Nothing's
probably not
gonna
a
go
whole
wrong.
lot of attraction going on there.
I don't know, mate. There's some freaky people out there.
Every last one was a hexblade. You just never know until they summon their weapon.
It's true. But yeah. So you see that she seems to be that. The position that she's currently playing is very much the mom to this group of kids that have never really been part of a group before. Kind of trying to make sure that they all survive. So
she got teleported away from her actual child to babysit a bunch of other children. With magic.
she got a break from her 2-year-old. Yes. I mean, she's been letting Bludger go out and play with the guys for all of this time. She gets to have some time too.
To be fair, I did get vomited on by a giant worm dragon
Yes,
and eaten.
but you did get to finally ride a dragon.
It's true.
So.
Oh.
All right.
Alright then, well, I guess we'll be off then, dear. Have fun. Not too much fun. I've got my eye on, well,
Be careful.
not too much fun.
And
You know me, baby. Nothing can kill me.
She looks
What?
over at Larden. Your promise still stands.
Every time. You betcha. I'll get him back in one piece, one way or the other.
Okay.
I wonder if he'll get to put more soul in a golem again like he did last time. That was fun.
Do it if you want. As we're walking away. I mean, it's a thing.
All right. So with that, you enter into the mountain. And let's go ahead and we are going to change this up a little bit. We're going to go. All right. You know what? We're going to change it to some different music here. All right.
I will have detect magic up through my staff
Okay.
constantly.
Okay. All right. So with that, you are exploring through the you move into the mountain and follow a corridor through, and you're gonna rage. You're gonna be super angry just because you can. Okay, perfect. I like it.
And using my tail.
Okay.
He didn't get his damn eggs. He's pissed.
Is it? But
I'm raging too, for what it's worth.
Orsic, Orsic, give me a perception check.
The one thing that you know on never turns out well.
Yeah, no. Nope. Nope.
I missed in the last year the art of the silent rage. A rage where you look at someone, you can look and you can tell they're really angry and about to snap, but they're still keeping themselves composed.
Composed.
Called being a woman.
He's gotten that look from his wife enough times to have kind of mimicked it.
Okay.
That's why he can stay angry and still be relatively calm.
Okay.
Passive aggressive.
All right. Okay. So you
Passive aggressive barbarian.
Yes. Totally passive aggressive barbarian. Okay.
Does that mean that you just keep going? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
Or saying, you know why I'm mad.
Right.
No, nothing's bothering me.
Dear Lord.
No, nothing at all. Go ahead and go out with your friends. I don't mind.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Let's go ahead. All right.
So it's like a legit corridor. It's not like
It is a legit corridor. So you're looking at like pathway. You go into this mountain, and it is it looks to be very rough-hewn walls. Very, very much
from like a mining operation, or like what they used to do to make so the trains can go through.
Very much natural cave type pathway. Doesn't look like it was man-made by any means. Yeah, so you all right. You go and you're headed through this, and everybody give me a perception check as you start to move through this area. Okay.
Oh, rockstar roll for me.
You know what, Larden, you are doing great.
Most aware I've been in a long time.
All right.
I'm too busy drinking.
Natural one kills us all.
Char, we need you. You're the one perception person. You're the one with an 18. The hell's wrong?
Right. Okay.
I'm too busy drinking.
Right.
18's still great.
Yeah, but it's still a 1.
Has
Doesn't
Forney
that
driven
fail?
you to drink?
It is still a 1. It is true. It is still a 1. So yes. So that does make a big difference in that. But you are able. Let's see here. You do see.
Doing smell. That's why it's an advantage.
Oh, okay. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so you get into this area and you do not see any other people around. You yeah, it is quite okay. It is quiet. It is almost eerie in how quiet, considering how many people they said were around. But you follow the directions that you were given, and it isn't too long before you start to see that this corridor kind of changes. The colorful walls and the you see like there's some, what's the word I'm looking for here? What? Well, yes, the striations of the wall themselves seem to get more colorful. The fungus and the just natural cave-like elements seem to be a little bit brighter than you normally would see such things. And it's as if like the colors here are a little more vivid than normal. And as you follow it around, you see that it opens up into a huge multicolored hexagonal room.
Ooh, so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I am very suspicious of the very pretty.
That's fair.
Does the dust and stuff look disturbed? Does it look like other people have been here recently, or?
It does. Because, well, I'm sorry, it's not a it's a circular room with a hexagonal podium in the center. So, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna you see that there are 6 small bodies sprawled around this podium in the center. There is a prism in the center of this room that seems to be very important. I'll read you the exact thing. It's so a huge multicolored hexagonal crystal prism sits in the center of the room. It has a golden key set inside of it. The 6 small bodies sprawled around it, one on each side. The floor here is painted a garish orange and has some sort of delicate inscription carved into it in front of the crystal. A narrow beam of light shines from the west wall into the prism, casting a blue hue into the east wall. You come from the south passageway, and there is an open passageway visible to the north, opposite your entrance.
Does my detect magic see anything?
The prism itself is magical.
Round 2. Alright, let's carefully spread out. When you say bodies, do you mean like dead people?
Mm-hmm. I do mean like dead people.
You said there were 6 bodies sprawled out around.
There are 6. There are 6 bodies.
Okay.
They don't look so great.
What kind of clothes are they wearing? Like, could we tell what organization they were with?
They are kobolds. Each of which, give me a perception check.
Everyone again?
Everybody.
Why am I more focused this time?
Alright.
Maybe it's because of the colors.
Maybe. Alright. So, Star, it is really obvious to you they're missing their heads.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The kobolds in the center, in the ground, or on the ground, are missing their heads.
And
Do you have any idea why they're missing their heads? Was it a clean cut or?
They, it doesn't, it's hard to tell unless you move closer into the room. And I will get your tokens on right now as you guys are coming from the south here. Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
Say they're missing their heads. Are their heads in the room anywhere?
Do I see their heads?
Yep. Their heads are by them.
Okay.
Don't touch the crystal.
look like fire damage at all? Anywhere in here?
Hold on. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we will say, for the purposes of this, there is the door that's right here. There's a door directly across. Alright. So that is there. There are the 6 bodies that are around him. Okay, let's see. In here, you see the room is dimly lit by the one what looks to be what is it? The beam of light. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go 6. All right. So there's the 6 bodies, one on kind of each side of this prism. For the purposes of this, we're just going to kind of just set them out there. This room itself is 30 foot in diameter, 30 feet high. 1 passage from the south, 1 passage to the north. All right. There is a hole on the west wall. And actually, we'll put this. We've got a compass. Haha. There we go. Look at that. Compass. All right. So there is a. We'll say the hole is right there. And without, let's see, the hole extends about 5 feet into the wall. Okay. The floor is rough hewn stone, painted orange. And there is inscription right here on the floor. And if you would like to give me a survival check, I will give you some more information.
Survival check. Alright.
What was that?
Yeah.
What was that, Bludger?
I'm usually pretty good at those, but
Usually.
Can Puff give me advantage?
Sure. All right. Okay. So Starflower and Hush, you notice that there are footprints within this room in the dust. And Star, you can discern that at least one of the footprint tracks is a humanoid who came from the south, walked around the crystal, went to the inscription, and then it looks as if they tried to wipe away their footprints as they left back out the same way. So any more information, you would have to go into the room to discern.
Loudon's going to send gonna send Kelvin in to read the inscription through his eyes if I can.
Okay.
Do I recognize the language? I speak Draconic.
You do. Yeah, you can. It says, place of life, place of death, feeling of strife, feeling of breath. The world submits to these colors alone.
Right. I repeat that to everybody and then I scribble it down.
Just like that.
Alright. So, I think these kobolds got themselves killed probably by this device, and nobody touch it. I bet we can find a way to run it. I'm gonna send Kelvin around it and try to investigate to see if this thing moves, shifts, rotates, or anything.
Okay, well, before he does that, give me an investigation check on the inscription, please.
Probably 25, I think. Yeah, 25.
Okay. As you're looking through his eyes and looking at this, it doesn't look like this inscription is very old. It looks as if it's been carved fairly recently. And with a 25, I will go so far as to say within the last couple of hours.
This one's new. Whoever came through here just recently carved it last couple of hours. Place of life, place of death. Why would they do that? Who is it? I don't like it.
So you're going to go ahead and do the investigation check on the prism itself, is what you were saying?
Yeah. I want to see if I don't want to touch it, but I want to see if it can rotate or if it looks like it's mechanical in any way.
Give me a investigation check.
That's pretty good.
All right.
31.
So this is a 6-sided crystal prism. It's 10 feet across, 15 feet high, and floats just above a low pedestal. Each of its faces is a different color, made up of blue, indigo, violet, red, yellow, and green. And as your owl is looking into it, he sees a golden key sits in the crystal's exact center, with no sense on how it was placed there or how to retrieve it. But he does see, or you do see, that with that let's see, what color does he look at? Stop it.
Blue.
Okay, so
because it's on the top.
Okay, all right, okay. So as he looks at it, he sees the image of a frozen, windy tundra, where a figure stands staring blankly at the sky.
Huh. What figure? Does it like a human or a giant? Or
Looks like a humanoid anyway.
Interesting. All right. He's gonna look at red.
Okay. All right. It displays an image of a barren, sandy desert. Within the desert, an oasis fades in and out of view.
Blue, red. That was red, right?
Yep.
And you said, I'm sorry, was there a person in that one too? Or
There was not. It was an oasis.
Oasis in the desert. Does it look familiar?
It does not.
Indigo. No, I already did that one. Red, violet.
You did blue and then red.
The oasis was like coming in and out of view like a mirage would?
Sort of, yeah. So, which one?
Violet.
Violet. There's an image of a hand holding a crackling ball of electricity.
Yellow.
Displays an image of a wheat field gently blowing in the breeze with a shield leaning up against a fence post.
Let's see. What is it? Yellow, blue, red, violet, green.
Displays an image of a putrid swamp abuzz with swarming insects, which appears to be commanded by a robed figure.
Yeah.
also looking somewhat to be a humanoid. Robed, it's a little hard to tell. And that leaves Indigo, and it displays an image of a ghost trapped in the crystal, pounding on the interior and weeping in uncontrollable sorrow.
Alright. I'm gonna use minor illusion to. Sorry.
Crystal.
Huh?
There's no orange on the crystal, but they painted the floor orange.
Correct.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm gonna use minor illusion to recreate the images as I see them, so that everybody can see them. And
Okay.
just be like, all right, this is what I'm getting. All right. I think we should go through that door. I think we need to explore a little more to see what we can do with this, because I don't want to mess with this until we know a little bit more about it. You guys agree?
Yeah, all right.
Don't go near the beam and don't touch the crystal.
Okay.
I'll go in.
So currently there is a beam of light which is giving off a blue light that is coming this way.
Okay. All right.
I activate my boots and fly about 2 feet off the ground, so I'm not touching the floor. When I go.
Okay.
None of the choice. You can walk on the world here. So we'll go around where it's not dangerous.
The only thing that I saw that was magical was the crystal itself, right?
The
Not
crystal
the floor,
itself.
Not the...
Nope.
What's
Okay.
not disturbing?
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here. So Kelvin lands on his shoulder and he walks over to the door.
Okay.
Do I see anything in the hole?
Give me a perception check. So as you get over where you can see into the hole, your detect magic shows you that inside this 5-foot hole, in like way back in the hole, there is something magical that is creating this beam of light. You didn't see it before because the actual light itself is not magical. It's the thing that's inside, and it was behind like 5
Rock,
feet.
So
Yeah.
I can't see.
Right.
All right, I'll say there's something back here, and mage hand. Can I use mage hand to identify?
No, you have to physically touch it.
Okay. I will mage hand and try and grab it.
Okay. As you go to reach in, it doesn't seem like it can grab a hold of anything physical. It looks like it's embedded in the stone enough that like there's nothing for your hand to actually grab a hold of. So kind of a good example would be like they took a drift globe and then they shoved it into this rock so much that you can't actually grip the drift globe to pull it back out. So it's something very similar to that. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Bludger. You said that your Call of the Hunt will affect everybody now, right?
Well,
Okay.
it's gone for my con mod, and now that's a +7, so
Yeah.
technically,
Well, tomorrow.
All right. So everybody's got Call of the Hunt. That works.
I have no idea what that means.
It's okay. You get extra damage on things.
Oh,
It's
cool.
chapter 2 of his book. If you read it when you get back, it'll explain.
Mm-hmm.
Quill keeps trying to get me to read it, but I like looking at Quill's pop-up spellbook better.
Okay. So with that, Nyx, what do? You can't get a hold of it with Mage Hand.
Well, my arm is not long enough.
Well, yeah, of
So
course.
I'm not gonna. So I'll just mention it, and I don't know if
Okay.
anybody wants. It's like something making the light. The light's not magic, but the item is. But it's like embedded in the wall.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a lens or something. I don't think we can probably work with it there, but it's good to know that it's back there. Maybe we could dispel it if we need to, but I'm gonna check out his door. And
Okay.
investigate it.
There is a passageway.
Oh, it's just a passageway. Just peering down the passageway. What do I see?
Looks like a winding passageway that extends at least 100 feet before it turns and you can't see any farther.
Guys, looks like this is just a way down here. You guys want to go through it, or? No, hold on, it's back here.
Just a little curious. Like, so this beam coming out of this hole is hitting the crystal, and that's creating all the colors.
It's creating a blue light on the far wall. But there is a golden key in the center of this crystal.
I'm gonna look at where it's impacting the wall.
Okay.
Kind of wonder if we need to maybe figure out a way to change the beam to project a different color also.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know that we can do that from here. I think these kobolds probably tried to grab the key and got killed for it.
Yeah,
Curiosity killed the kobold. So.
Well, what color showed the person stuck inside it? If we can do a light through that color, maybe that'll.
Maybe indigo was the one that had the person that was trying to, a ghost was trying to beat their way out, which could be good or bad. We don't know what's trapped in there or why. Is this impacting anything in particular over here, or just like hitting the wall?
It just looks like it's hitting the wall.
And does it look like it's transferring any energy to the wall? Like, is it burning? Or...
Nope. Just seems like it's hitting the wall.
Larden reaches into one of his component pouches and pulls out a couple of feathers and just like fluffs it into the beam.
Doesn't do anything.
I'll drift my mage hand over there. Does it take damage or anything?
It does not. Somebody give me a medicine check on the kobolds, by the way. Now that you guys are in the room.
Alright, I'm fine.
Okay. Perfect, Larden. I like it.
On fire.
All
That
right.
was the number to beat tonight.
These kobolds,
They are
Yeah.
kobolds.
and they are dead.
They are in fact dead, and you know what? Bludger, you know this because they do not have their heads attached anymore.
It's the extent of all medical knowledge. They are dead.
Okay, so with that, Star, you are the only one that realizes this. But each of the kobolds was killed by a specific type of damage. Cold, necrotic, lightning, fire, radiant, and acid. Each kobold's right hand is especially heavily damaged. And their heads were only removed a couple hours before.
Only a couple of hours.
After they were already dead.
Why would you cut their heads off? That makes no sense.
Ritualistic, mate.
Well, they're trying to revive a dragon, and kobolds theoretically had dragon blood in them, somewhat.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
let's see, Nyx and Larden, give me Arcana checks. You both know, you can't cast a spell, but you know that there are people that believe that removing a creature's head prevents the Speak with Dead spell from working on that creature. And that's probably why they did it.
And they took damage. Each took damage from a different side of the prism.
Yeah.
That's the associated damages.
I bet whoever that was sent them in here to do this for him. I bet he was experimenting. And then once they were dead, he cut their heads off. I don't like him at all.
Put an inscription in.
I'll investigate the base of this crystal to see if maybe it's on a rotating platform or gear.
Sure.
It's floating there. Well, Lord would have told you that when he did it.
It's floating?
It's floating, but there is a base underneath it.
Yeah, I just want to see if the base moves
Okay.
without, being too involved. But...
The base does not move.
I send my mage hand under, like if it's floating into the, like look, there's no strings or whatever.
There
type of thing.
is no strings.
Well, I know, but I'm
No,
trying to feel if there's anything.
There's nothing between the bottom of the crystal and the pedestal. Now, Lauren, you had done a investigation to see if about the crystal, and your owl learned those things. He did not touch the crystal, so you do not know if it moves.
Right.
But
I
the pedestal itself does not move.
I don't want to move the crystal yet. I think. Oh wait.
Kind of wonder by changing the angle of the crystal if we can change the color of the beam.
We can't change the crystal we can't move it without touching it unless somebody has telekinesis. Which I haven't read of it, but I'm not attuned to.
What does that inscription say again? I wonder if that's a piece of this.
Place of life, place of death, feeling of strife, feeling of breath, the world submits to these colors alone.
It is in your handout, by the way.
Right. I was just RPing it, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I specifically did it for this purpose.
Look, I think we're wasting time here. I think we're going to find out more if we keep pushing on. I don't think this mystery can be solved in this room. I think we need to explore a little further.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Okay.
Whoop.
All right. Okay. So you move on. Okay.
I
With
keep
somebody with a little
casting
bit more perception than me should be in the front.
Star should lead us if she's visible.
I was gonna say,
Sure,
Star,
yeah,
are you
somebody.
visible?
I'm visible, but I'm starting to get drunk a little bit.
Okay,
She
perfect. I like it.
Daydreaming about her new boyfriend.
Yep, seems like it.
How do you know that?
I mean,
Intuition.
let's be real.
I'll go home to a succubus every night.
It's true. All right.
That never gets old. Oh,
You've got that goofy little grin on your face. It's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I'm really, really happy right now. I'm so happy.
Then why are you drinking?
At home, they're happy at home.
I mean, I've got an alchemy jug that brews beer, so I can definitely appreciate drinking on the job.
All right.
Yeah, but not to the point of being incapacitated.
The owl scout goes down the hall.
Have you met me?
Cat, true facts. All right.
Maybe I've just never met you sober, so I just assume.
He was usually sober.
All right. So, with that, you arrive, or you go down the hall, to which you see that it's about a 200 or so, let's see, about 200 or so feet, winding passageway that opens up to a barren room set with a large marble door in the north wall. So, again, you guys come in this door, and there is a large door on the opposite side. Alright.
Magic.
Hold on. So, this room itself is a 20-foot square room. So it is quite a small room. About 30-foot high ceiling. And the room itself is completely dark. There is no light sources. Let's see here. You do see that the door across from you is magic. And there are 8 little points of magic that are radiating from it. Each one radiating a different school of magic.
Okay. Does anybody need light?
I don't anymore. Larden's eyes softly glow.
I do, only because I can't see in the dark.
Alright, the top of my staff will light up, and I'll cast light.
Okay. So, as you cast light on and you now can see within this room. You see the door in the north wall is 10 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and is made of a relief sculpted marble. There are no hinges, no handle, just 8 keyholes in a circle.
They might need to have a spell of that school cast on it to unlock it.
Well, let's see. I got Conjuration, Transmutation, Evocation, and Evocation in my cantrips.
Give
I got 3 of
me,
them.
give me a investigation check, please.
Is there one for Musclemancy?
No.
Or
Whomever.
maybe yes?
By the way, Nyx, you do see there is a invisible indented inscription in a circle around the keyholes. It is invisible. It is magic.
Okay, yeah, so there's that.
What is the inscription? Sorry, I don't see it. You see it. Never mind.
Well, I mean, she probably would have said something.
Yeah, I see it, but I don't see it.
What's it say?
I don't know. It's invisible.
Oh, I pull out my lantern and open it up. My lantern of revealing.
Okay.
This thing will finally do a job.
I mean, it does. It does, in fact. And you see another inscription. It says, green is next to yellow and orange. Blue is not next to yellow, nor is white next to divination. If enchantment is blue, then transmutation is white. Divination is orange, and or necromancy is violet. Indigo is next to illusion and across from orange. Abjuration is either violet or yellow.
I was like, oh man, alright. This is just a big long logic puzzle. I get a piece of paper, and I'm gonna use minor illusion again to kind of create the lock as it sits right now, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All the different pins of light, and then I'm going to start moving things around sort of in accordance with this inscription. Green has to be next to yellow and orange, so it's over here. Blue is not next to yellow, nor is white by divination. So divination is orange and or necromancy is violet. Hey now, that's not even fair. Is orange and or necromancy is violet. What? Alright, just keep working with it. Do we have is there an illustration of it? I wonder. First of all, I look at the inscription and I look at the lock on the door. Is it set up in a way that would violate this inscription? In other words, is it not right at the moment?
No. All of the keyhole. Okay, so, your detect magic reveals that each keyhole radiates a different school of magic. And so, let's see here. There is not a map of them, but I made you a little circle keyhole thing. Alright, and, okay. So,
there we go.
Yeah. It's a good question. But you feel like there seems to be a need for some keys.
So far, we've only seen the one key in the crystal.
Correct.
Right?
I wonder. Oh, we can probably change the color of the key by rotating the crystal. We just have to figure out how to get the key out of the crystals. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we'd have to run back and forth and use it in each keyhole, or maybe get a different key each time. The question is, how do we get something out of the crystal, right?
Or could
Right.
bludgeon it.
What if we can rotate the crystal so the beam hits the lens? I wonder what that would do. I don't want to bludgeon it. I'm afraid that bludgeoning it will cause a very bad thing to happen. I mean, I could take an hour and attune to my ring. Or we could try it with Mage Hand, right? Just try
Well,
to
I think
rotate
they-
the crystal gently.
Well, I think they said that Torm was not on our side on this one, so I don't know if we have Torm to sit around and.
You're right. You're right. All right. I don't know. Does that sound reasonable to you guys? That we can probably use the crystal to create a key or access a key?
Sounds about as logical as any other magic doodad we've ever found.
All right. Let's head back.
Susan,
Yeah, I think
Yes?
that'll work.
I have an idea, but I'm gonna let Star do an intelligence check at
Okay.
disadvantage. So you
Okay.
see, figure it out.
Sure.
Because I have an idea how this works.
I mean, yeah? Sure. What would you like to do?
Well, it's just what Lauren said. What if we just put the colors in order? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna leave Kelvin back in this room to look at the key thing
Okay.
as we head back to the other chamber, so that if needs be, I can switch into his eyes and get a glance if anything's changing with this lock as we work with this thing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand
Mhm.
and try to rotate the crystal.
Okay, so you are going back to this crystal room.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, nobody. I'm gonna rotate it counterclockwise, so everybody like stay on the inside of the beam. Don't let it touch you, just in case. I don't think it's dangerous, but just in case.
Don't cross the beams.
Don't cross the beams. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate it counterclockwise until the blue beam is going into the circle.
Okay.
Be ready.
Okay.
I don't know if Mage Hand's enough to move it or not, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. No, it will move.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
All right. And okay. So just let's see here. So the order, I'm gonna do it this way. We're gonna. All right. So starting the one facing the east is currently blue, then indigo, then violet, then red, then yellow, then green. So that is the order that the sides are in.
Which one's at the top?
So-
Blue, indigo, the
So
violet.
I can't make that shape. Where? Let's see here. So
You said
Key,
blue.
the inscription in the key room mentioned an orange. We don't see that in here, do we?
It's on the
Other than
floor.
only on the floor.
So you said blue, indigo, violet.
Mm-hmm.
Then what?
Red, yellow, green. I put it's right on the page on the map.
It's on the yeah.
Awesome.
And then white is also mentioned on the inscription, which
Mm-hmm.
is
Oh, white is every color, isn't it?
right.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Green is next to yellow and orange. So green
In between them.
is next. It must be right. Yeah. So between the floor and orange, with orange is the floor and yellow. It says blue is not next to yellow.
Depending on what orange represents, I don't think blue can be next to orange either.
Nation is orange. And or necromancy is violent. That and or is killing me. What does that mean?
Right. Exactly. 'Cause blue can't be next to divination, but it technically could be next to necromancy.
Green is next to yellow and orange. Blue is not next to yellow.
Sorry, white is and white is next to divination, so white is
this is
either next to orange or something else.
If
Trick is figuring
enchantment
out
is
what the
blue,
school is.
then transmutation is white.
Darling, the Tor brain can't handle this, but can I check and see if Nyx is smart enough to deal with this right now?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat.
Sure.
Now she
with
formally
advantage?
beats us.
Because Ashy just woke up to help?
Sure.
Yeah, we fought demigods and dragons, and we get beaten by a color-coded puzzle.
Yep.
So what, intelligence?
Intelligence, yes.
Yeah,
Straight
normally
up check.
I like these, but I can't, not today.
Hey, you're doing
Yeah.
okay.
I drew out the little grid for the logic puzzle, but then I just like, oh no.
Yeah, Lauren's going to do the same thing.
Okay.
I'll use an Ashy too, because that seems to be a good idea. Lauren's got a pretty high intelligence. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, Ashy just woke up meowing.
25.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are smart. So you've got 2. Let's see. Trying to remember here. 3, 4. All right. So, that's totally an approximation of the shape that I was looking for. All right. Okay. So you are aware that we'll just make it gray. Okay. So for the purposes of this, we will say I'm gonna kind of bring this down just a little bit. All right. The way that it is turned, you've got blue.
We need cause.
I
to
know,
go with
right?
names.
Indigo, violet, red, yellow, and green. So that is their sides.
So indigo is across from orange. We know that much.
We know that green is next to yellow and orange, so with that we should be able to piece them all together. Those ones. So yeah, so green is next to yellow and orange.
So put orange in between. What did we say?
So as you turn this hexagon, you are so blue is currently on, the. Let's see. It is currently like that.
Okay.
So how are you rotating it? So that
How do
blue
we
is
get-
where?
How do we get something next to orange? That's
Where's blue? If transmutation is, where's blue? If enchantment is blue, then transmutation is white. Divination is orange, and our necromancy is violet. Indigo is next to illusion. Cross from orange. Indigo is next to illusion. What do they say illusion is? Illusion.
It has
Wait,
to
hold on.
be either violet or yellow, so
I'm so bad at this. Alright, boom, green.
violet could be either necromancy or abjuration.
We do know that green is next to yellow and orange. So green is next to yellow and orange. We know that blue is not next to yellow. Okay.
Does the crystal rotate vertically?
It does not.
It's blue and transmutation is
If I take my staff with the light on it and shine it through from, like, if I come like down here or, and shine it through a different face, does another beam of light show up? Does nothing happen?
It
Does this one
disrupts
disappear?
the beam of blue light.
But does it show up as a different color? or just cuts it off?
It kind of cuts it off because it's not a direct beam, so it's so very much this is like you have one beam of light, so it will shine through. If you give it a different beam of light, it kind of doesn't know which direction, and it kind of just comes out as like a rainbow of other colors. So does
Does
it?
that do anything?
It does not.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the images that are inside as well, by the way. So blue was the frozen tundra, indigo was the
hang on.
ghost trapped and pounding, violet was the hand holding electricity, red was the sandy desert, yellow was the wheat field, and green was the swamp. So, you said you wanted to turn the crystal. How do you want to turn it?
I don't know. I'm nervous to turn it. I wanted to point the blue beam at the
wall?
lens, but
Oh.
now I'm not so sure. Because I'm afraid I'm going to screw the puzzle up if we don't move it exactly right. All right.
Is the beam coming from the crystal to the wall or the wall to the crystal? I guess I'm a little confused.
So
on
it
what
is
it's touching.
the light source is over here.
Okay.
And it is, so for the purposes of this, we'll use, okay. We're gonna use a gray beam just because it's easier. So there is currently a regular beam of light that goes from there to there.
Okay.
And then from there out is the blue beam.
Okay. So does rotating the crystal change the direction of the beam going out, or does it just change the color?
It changes the color.
Okay.
So when you take a prism, white light hits it and then gets broken into the individual beams, right?
Correct.
That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do you have a prism on you, Nyx? Don't you? You have prismatic spray. I think a prism is a piece of it.
Actually, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. Let's experiment. So take your light and shine through your prism on the floor, and let's see how it projects the colors on the floor.
Okay. So a traditional prism doesn't have specifically single color sides, does it not?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
just
but all,
gonna,
like,
you're just
beams
gonna get a
out.
rainbow.
You're gonna get a rainbow.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if the rainbow appears in an order that seems to match this statement when we shine it through an actual prism. Does that make sense? So we can maybe use it as a guide to arrange that prism, like as a model.
Also, does that rainbow look like the rainbow that I made when I shined it through the big one in the middle?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
right.
So, but you don't get a single color from your individual prism. This one, like the sides of the prism itself are a single color. So you get the concept of when the white light is shown through it, that it only comes out the color of whatever side is directly across from the white light.
And where's the white light coming from in this room?
In the hole.
From the hole. That's the white light. Okay. So we rotate to orange and it'll give us orange light.
So what if we rotated to the colors that represent the inscription on the floor in here? Life, death, strife, breath.
Life. Peace, place of life, place of death. Oh, maybe that corresponds. Hang on.
Because
Place of life.
we have locations on the
Yeah.
Right.
What was it? Hang on, I gotta find my where.
like a wheat.
on.
Would a wheat field be life?
The color of the light coming from my staff to any color I want. So if white light only comes out blue, then if we shine red light through, maybe we'll get the violet, the indigo.
I don't know.
What if we changed it to, I don't know, if wheat field or swamp would be life? What would
I suspect yellow with a wheat field and a shield on a fence post is life, I think. And I bet death is the swamp. Putrid, it's rotting.
or the ghost trapped and pounding?
Maybe. Yeah. Place of life, place of death.
Okay.
Oh, an oasis would be a place of life, but it's a mirage.
Oh, you're right. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right there. So desert.
Yeah,
So
oh.
red. Red.
Place of life, place of death.
Because if the oasis is there, it can give you life, but if it's a mirage, then it can
Yeah.
die.
Queen of strife. What would be the strife? Would that be the ghost trapped?
Image of a future
So,
swamp swelling into
Hush, I will say, while they're explaining all of this and going through all of this, that you have a moment of, if you got rid of the light in the hole, Nyx's staff could create the colors without worrying about it.
Okay, so Hush will approach the hole.
Okay.
He will look down there. How far away is?
It is a 5-foot hole. But as you get in front, like, cause it's a little bit off the ground, but you can fly up there. As you fly up and interrupt the beam of light,
Right.
the beam stops and the blue light will go away.
It's to these colors alone.
So
the place of
it
light.
is clear that this white light coming from this light source is what is creating the blue light across the room. But the question is, how do you get to that key in the center?
Disintegrate. Place of life, place of death. Feeling of strife. Feeling of breath. Feeling of strife. Feeling of breath.
Hey, Bludger,
What?
you want to touch Crystal?
Kind of.
I'm just wondering. After all of this, I'm waiting for Bludger to be like, I want to touch it.
Well, I mean, it seems like it'd be easiest to break it if the key's inside, rather than fussing with all these lots and fancy puzzles and riddles and
The
whatnot.
bones, man.
Well, I mean, the cowbell's not exactly the most sturdy things out there. I mean, look at them. They're tiny.
I don't want to lose anybody's head. Remember, Arcanus isn't here to fix it.
I think
A lot
was the
like
head
that.
taken after the fact, though.
The head was taken off after the fact, yes.
Yeah, I think they just didn't want us to raise somebody to raise them to speak to them of what they did.
Yeah, but why would he have kobolds do it unless if it wasn't dangerous? Why wouldn't he just do it himself?
Because
Then he wouldn't have to worry about it.
Because kobolds are dumb and easily influenceable.
Yeah, but he influenced him for a reason, right? Like, why bring anybody else in if you don't have to? So he did it because I think there was danger. Doesn't make sense for him to use
Also,
minions.
Red
for-
Wizards like using other people as pawns so that they get hurt and the Red Wizards stay fine.
I mean, sure, but again, like, yeah, all right. I don't know.
Is there anything on the kobolds? Do they have any kind of items or magic or anything?
They do not have any magic. These guys do not look like they are the,
No, not that they can cast magic, but did they have a crystal that they shone light through?
nope.
Strife, breath. The world submits to these colors alone. I wonder if there's another key somewhere. Green is next to yellow and orange. Blue is not next to
Well, what if we just start rotating it and try a pattern and see what happens?
green is next to yellow. Let's do yellow, green, orange. Because green is in the middle of them and we're certain of that, yeah? It's the only way it can be if it's next to it. Green has to be between the two. So we know that is right. I can't think of any way that it's not, right?
Correct, except for orange is the floor. So
Alright. Well, sure. The beam. How do we direct it at the floor? Huh?
Exactly. That's the. And
We can use a mirror.
Yeah.
I've got radiance in my pocket. I mean, we can use a mirror. It's
Right. And where is white? I almost wonder if maybe those are in other rooms. I don't know.
Well, we don't have any other way out of here. Like, that room was locked, and that was the only exit.
What if we just focus on this room and the inscriptions?
Yeah, right? Yeah. On the floor, just place of life, place of death, feeling of strife, feeling of breath, the world submits to these colors alone. Place of life. It's gotta be the oasis. No, there's more life in a swamp than an oasis, which is an illusion, right?
Right.
So the swamp is
swamp or
life.
wheat field. Swamp or wheat field would be more life.
And
for
is
sure.
the wheat field like in bloom, or is it like in autumn and harvest time?
Yeah, like late harvest. Yeah.
Oh, there's wind, right?
Gently
Place of-
blowing in the breeze. With
There's
the,
wind there, breath.
Yellow could be last. Okay.
Yeah. Place of life, place of death, feeling of strife. Hand holding the ball of electricity, that's a feeling of strife. Doesn't that make sense?
Could
Yeah.
be. What's the vision of the blue with the humanoid staring at the sky? What is
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
And then you've got the ghost trapped and pounding.
I think it's place of life. So I think it's green, red. What is it? What's the damn clue? Green, red, violet, yellow. That's what I think the pattern is. Green, red, violet, yellow.
Let's try it.
Let's try it. All right. Nobody die.
Everybody hang on to your hats.
Nobody die. Nobody die. All right, here we go. We're going to try that pattern.
okay, so you are going to, alright, so you're gonna go ahead and try to turn the
Hush,
crystal.
Can you move out of the way so we can get the light back?
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and, okay, so Hush flies away. So you are turning the crystal
Green.
so that the beam is green?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So you're
Green.
gonna rotate
Mm-hmm.
it that way. Okay. And the beam turns green.
Then red.
Okay. So you keep turning it. And the beam turns red.
Then violet.
Okay.
Then yellow.
Okay.
Violet or indigo? I'm with Hush. Like, it could be either.
Yeah, I agree. I just think death, we die in the desert.
Yeah, we'll try this first. See what
Okay.
happens.
The beams of light, they change. Nothing happens.
All right, I still think green is life.
And you're using Mage Hand for this, yes?
Yes, I'm not touching it.
Okay.
I still think green is life.
Kind of wonder if
Did anything happen in the room while I was there?
No.
Yeah, did anything happen in the other room?
Nope.
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 No, I can't hear you, Susan. You're crackling up.
No, nothing happened.
All right. Let's see. Green.
This inscription could just be a trap.
You're not wrong. It could just be a trap.
better to find out if it's a trap than to.
Oh, hey, whoever did this left it on blue. Right? Whoever did this, the last thing they did was on blue. So that gives us one of the four. Feeling of breath. Blue is dew to the sky in winter? What? Oh, maybe he's breathing. Maybe he can see his breath.
I considered that, but the breeze in the wheat field seems.
Let me look at blue. As I look at blue, is he like watching his breath, feeling a breath? Does that seem to make sense to me?
He's staring kind of blankly at the sky, so you're not quite sure if that is the case or not.
I mean, that could be Strife in itself. We don't know what he's thinking.
No, but Indigo, I think I think Ghost Trapped is Strife. So green is life, and what is death?
Star, I put you on the other map to see what I did. That's what's happened since.
Green is life.
Well, normally I would say a desert is death to many, not all.
Yeah. But winter is also death, right? But I think blue has to be last.
Okay,
Because that would have been the last thing that he did.
I'm gonna jump
Unless
over.
he just spun it.
Just so you guys know, this is the arrangement for the keyhole. That is the type of magic for each one.
Yep. And that's what I see right now, Susan?
Yep. Nyx would have told you each one, and you would have been able to write down which one was where.
Oh, we're going to use this one key in the order that says. Oh, that's annoying.
But you have to get the key out.
Two of them are places, so that gives us that. Place of life, place of death. Feeling of strife, feeling of breath. Which one's feeling of breath?
Ice?
Yeah, let's try blue for breath.
Okay. Yeah, that would be last, and that makes sense. So it's almost certainly got to be it. So green. Green, red, indigo, violet, or green, red, indigo, blue.
Yeah, but instead of Mage Hand, I'm just taking a gamble here. I wonder if it has to be turned physically.
Hope not. That seems like a big risk, but also seems diabolically correct.
We didn't know those kobolds have damage to their hands.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good. Their right hand. What kind of damage?
Each a different
If I
type.
remember correctly, is a different elemental damage or poison damage, even necrotic, all that stuff.
Yeah, they were all different types based on
It had
whatever
the
color it looks
damages
like.
matching the different colors on the prism.
There were 6 kobolds, correct? Not
Correct. 6.
One for each color.
One for each side of the prism.
So, are we committed? Green,
8. Yeah.
So
red, indigo, blue.
Yeah.
Might as well then.
I mean, I don't mind rotating it myself just to see if that changes what the Mage Hand's doing.
Yeah. God, I hate this idea. I'm going to be within 30 feet of you. Go ahead and change it to green.
Okay.
And
yes.
All right, Susan, I'm going to walk up and rotate it to green.
Which side
Have it-
of it are you going to touch in order to do this?
The green side.
So you're going to put your hand on the green side. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
All right. Better at those today than I was a year ago.
It's true. All right. You definitely are. Okay. So that is half damage.
Okay.
So half of the exactly average damage I just rolled. Like literally 45 is average. All right,
Okay,
and
so
that
22, and is this a magical effect?
it is.
I guess it wouldn't matter. I just had that to change to my advantage.
It is
And I made the
acid
save, so-
damage though.
acid.
Acid damage.
Hey, you got absorb balance? I do. I should do this the next one.
So and with that, nope. You turn it so that this is now a green beam. Your hand has taken some acid damage. And I need let's see here. I need an investigation check from everybody that is within the room. Perfect, bludger. Perfect.
Is it visual?
It is it is yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's never a strength check.
I have given you plenty of strength checks. Don't worry, I'll get you some more. Okay, so as you guys are watching this, you see and hear that once Orsic touches this and the acid damage is taken, the prism starts to hum in a way that suggests the magic is becoming unstable. And let's see here. Larden, you're the only one that gets this, but you have a feeling that perhaps if more than, let's see, that if enough of the faces are deactivated, perhaps the crystal will shatter. And you see that when the once that green one is touched and turned, the light is gone.
I'm gonna go to red. I'm gonna be like, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna put my hand on red because that's the next one we're gonna do. We're gonna go green, red.
Okay.
So I'll do red.
So you rotate red to be within the area of the light? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Dex save.
Dex save.
Alright, here we go. I'm so good at these. Oh. I don't know what did I get. 18.
You take full damage.
Flash Genius.
I will,
Can I Flash Genius it?
Sure.
So
That's plus 5?
Plus 5, yes.
Okay.
So 23.
Should someone with high dexterity be doing this?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I can resist the damage pretty well, though.
The damages.
So
23 will be enough for a half damage.
Right. What kind of damage is
Fire, of course.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Okay.
And absorb another half of that, so I'll just take a quarter of that damage.
Okay.
Which kind of glances off my shield, so that's okay.
All right.
Maybe Hush might be a better choice for this. I hate to volunteer people, though.
Mm-hmm. Next one is we got
spend 4 key points and be invisible.
Okay.
And he only takes force damage when he's in that state.
Well, at this point, wouldn't he also have proficiency in all saving throws?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He's
so
the nimblest one here.
the next one, Hush, if you're going to do that, the next one is, we said was Indigo.
Okay.
What's the crystal looking? Is it even more unstable?
So it is even more unstable.
Okay. He'll do that. He'll move it to whatever they say to do it to.
All right.
Indigo.
Indigo. All right. So you turn the crystal to indigo. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please. All right. And so 20 is exactly what you need. And so that would be half damage for that. And that is, I totally just lost it. Necrotic damage.
Okay. Well, I have evasion for dexterity saving throws.
You do.
Which gives me half damage, so.
Well, evasion gives you nothing if you succeed.
Yeah, it's nothing if you succeed.
Yeah, 0 damage if you succeed.
Right.
So the last one is blue. Try blue, honey.
Blue, I think, yeah.
Okay, so he'll do that. Move to the blue.
Okay. So you move it to the blue. I need another dexterity save, please. Okay.
First of all, he's going to what's better, Ashy or Pup? I have one.
Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Probably Ashy. You have to have a 7 on a pup.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll it again for
Okay.
an Ashy.
All right, 20 is exactly what you need. You take no damage. And it is even more unstable.
Nothing, huh? This didn't shatter this time, huh?
It did not.
All right, we got the pattern wrong. Let's just get the rest of them.
Well, why don't we try the other two and see if it blows all the way
Yeah.
apart? We need that key.
And
Yeah.
you guys see that was a strike of lightning that
Mm-hmm.
that went.
Go for it.
Blue is lightning. Okay.
Blue is lightning.
Go for it, Hush.
Okay,
Any
so
order now.
which one would you like to do now? Yellow or violet?
What
No
color
whammies,
music's no
no
speed that
whammies.
did?
Hush, we'll say yellow. Why not? Go ahead
that's
and give me a dexterity saving throw, please. 20 is exactly enough.
Man.
It's like you're talking it.
All right. And so then Violet is the last one. As you turn it, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please. By the way,
I'll
go ahead.
I'll pop that.
Okay. Yes, yellow was radiant. All right. And so with that, that is enough to succeed. And the last one is there's no damage to that, and that one let's see. All right. Let's see. Did it not? Okay, sorry about that. Blue was cold, indigo was necrotic, violet was lightning, red was fire, yellow was radiant, and green was acid. And with that, it shatters. As soon as the last one is done, it shatters. It and the light is gone. So the light itself just hits the nice.
We all take that much damage.
You all take 120 million damage. No. The white light then goes directly to the east wall with no prism there at all. And you see that the crystal shatters and collapses harmlessly to the floor, allowing you to pick up the gold key that is in the middle.
All right, Mage Hand pick up, because who wants to touch something that could be trapped?
Yeah, Hush, those were some quick hands there. Well done, my friend.
Yeah, good job.
And with that, you go back to the other room, and you have this lock on the door. And as you step into the room, it magically, as soon as you step in with this gold key, it magically divides into 8 different colored prismatic keys: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white.
Is the Mage Hand juggling them?
It is.
Yep. All right, now we got to figure this order out. Oof. Cancel that. Who knows what that inscription meant? So green is next to yellow and orange. Blue is not next to yellow. Orange, white next to divination. Enchantment is blue, and transmutation is white. Divination is orange, and or necromancy is violet. Indigo is next to illusion, and across from orange. Duration is either violet or yellow.
Bludger, you have no idea.
Or clue.
Nope.
Green is next to yellow and orange, so we have 3. And then something is opposite orange. Indigo is next to illusion and across from orange. So green is next to yellow and orange, so orange can be 2 spaces.
And so you do know that, the types of magic are each of the locks. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And do we know if there's a particular color that's typically associated with any of these schools?
Give me a Arcana check, please.
So, if enchantment is blue, then transmutation is white. What if we set those up, assuming at this point.
So if one is blue, then transmutation is white. Yeah, and then we'll be able to determine, right? So
Right.
if enchantment is blue, then transmutation is white. So we'll take the blue key and put it into enchantment.
Right.
And then we'll take the, or we'll just kind of like, I don't know, with
we're
minor
outlining it.
illusion, we'll outline it, right?
Yeah.
So we'll take blue next to enchantment. Can we get color dots or something? Yeah, blue next to enchantment. Cool. And then we'll do
It's like I
White,
was working on that or something.
transmutation is white. All right, so let's put that up there. If that's true, then that's true. All right.
Blue
So did
cannot
I know
is not
which
next to
colors are
yellow.
normally associated, or?
I'm working on it. You would know that being a transmutation wizard, white is traditionally transmutation.
Okay, so white's transmutation.
All right, so then that's right. So let's put white by transmutation. If enchantment blue, then transmutation. So we know that's true. Now divination is orange, and we know that green is next to yellow and orange, and or necromancy is violet. So let's put violet next to necromancy for now, and let's put orange next to divination for now.
Oops. So you said okay.
We're not putting these keys in yet, but
No.
orange is next to divination. So green is next to yellow and orange. So if orange is divination, then conjuration would be green. And abjuration would be
other
yellow.
way around, because blue can't be next
To
blue is next to yellow, so yellow would have to be.
evocation.
Yep.
Yeah. And abjuration would be yellow. No, yeah, you're right. So orange.
Yeah, it can't work that way.
So divination can't be orange. Is orange and
Blue is not next to yellow, so orange can't be divination in that scenario.
I mean, conjuration can't be green. Conjuration has to be green. So divination has to be yellow, right? And abjuration has to be orange. Because if we know transmutation is white, then abjuration can't be green.
Green is next to yellow and orange. Okay, yeah, so abjuration would be yellow.
It would be yellow.
It's fine. Nor is white next to divination, so we're good there.
So we're
I'm
good
just
there.
reading through the lines here, sorry.
It's okay.
Enchantment is blue. Divination is orange. Necromancy is fine. Indigo is next to illusion. So where do we have indigo right now?
No
It
worries.
must be here.
So it must be
Evocation must be
invocation.
indication.
Across from orange. Indigo is next to illusion and across from orange.
Indigo is next to illusion and across from orange. It's not across from orange.
Which means orange has to be
Abjuration has to be necromancy. Across from it.
What if we switch orange and violet? What if we switch that?
Switch orange and violet. Okay. So switch orange and violet. But then green is next to yellow and orange.
Yep.
So then green would have to be transmutation, which we know is not true because we know transmutation is white.
Right.
So that can't be it.
Indigo is next to illusion and across from orange. So there's two places that orange could be. Either has to be abjuration
Divination.
or divination, which we had right. So that means
If it's-
indigo has to be
Could be
necromancy.
necromancy. Yep.
Yep.
Nix.
So let's switch
Hold on,
indigo and
guys.
violet.
Hold on. Nix. With your 26, choose one other school of magic other than transmutation.
I think we just had it. If we switched orange and violet back, and then
Evocation.
indigo back.
Evocation is Evocation is violet.
All right.
So, okay. So if we put indigo where orange is, orange where violet is, and violet where indigo was, then those two are across from each other still.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we just got to that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then what's left?
So you know that,
Red.
let's see, you
Red.
know this one is correct.
The red has to be
You
illusion.
know this one is correct. What?
If enchantment is
right?
blue.
Yeah, blue is correct.
And we know that enchantment must be blue. Yep. We know that enchantment must be blue.
Right.
And we know that illusion. No, we know that indigo must be necromancy, right? Because it says indigo is next to illusion, and across from orange. So indigo is certainly necromancy.
Feels right. Because yellow and orange have to be next to green, so
It feels right. I think this is it. This is it. I don't think it. Yeah, it has to be these things. We've had enough puzzle pieces to put together that give us yeses and nos. So, all right, we got it. Let's do it. Hope it doesn't blow up.
Okay. So who's putting keyholes into the or
I
keys
was
in the hole?
doing it this whole time.
Josh can blindfold himself and juggle all the keys.
I
and
like
then
it.
randomly place them in holes.
I figure, Hush, you're probably doing the juggling of the keys while they're figuring it all out. Yeah, that's fair. All right, so okay, so you put all of the keys in. Do you turn the keys before you put them all in?
I'll wait till all the keys are in before I turn them.
Okay, just checking. All right, so you. Okay, so what color do you start with as you turn the keys? By the way, they all fit into all of the locks because all of the keys are identical.
I think we may be able to turn them all at once if we use Mage Hand and.
And all of us do it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
with our familiars and everything else.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I think we can do it all together. So we look at the big pile.
I can do 3.
I could probably do 5 at once.
I mean, Hush is pretty dang quick. He could probably, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do them simultaneously.
Okay.
On the count of 3?
Well, okay, wait. Is it 3 and then we turn, or on 3?
On 3.
On 3. So 1, 2, turn. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, turn.
Turn.
So, with that, you turn the yellow key, the green key, the orange key, the blue key, the violet key, the red key, and the indigo key. And once all 8 keys have been turned, I need everybody to give me a, let's see here, a dexterity saving throw, please. Just kidding, no, it's not.
Just kidding.
Once all of the 8 keys have been turned in their correct keyholes, which you have deduced, a portal appears on the door. Through the portal, you see a lavish, brightly lit circular vault, some 150 or so feet across, filled with gold and jewels.
Oh.
At the center of the vault stands an altar. On the altar is 3 shards of broken
Golden jewels.
ceramic.
That's our jar. That's it. Let's go and be careful.
is there a path to walk there, or are you like climbing over a mountain of
No,
treasure?
there is a path. Yep, there is a path.
I guess we'll walk to the path for now.
So do you step inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Golden jewels.
I fly inside. I'm not stepping on that floor yet.
Yeah, and I'm gonna fly also. I'm not stepping on that.
I'm gonna fly.
Okay.
I'm fly. I'm not gonna cast fly.
All right. Perfect. So, with that, you are able to go in and retrieve the 3 pieces of the phylactery without anyone taking any damage except for Orsic and Larden. So, good job, guys. You come back out of the portal and you can, in fact, go back and connect with Princess Sarissa's agents to give them the pieces and see if they have learned anything else. And it is that anything else that we will touch on next week, as you guys have managed to at least secure 3 pieces of the phylactery, of the shattered phylactery, thus stopping at least part of this ritual that is meant to bring back the Draco Lich. So I would say that is quite the first step on this epic journey for our story seekers. Good
Or
job.
demand a
Good job.
series of puzzles that revolve around an athletic decathlon.
Perfect.
Don't worry, the next puzzle is going to be the Bash the Beholder from Witchlight. You'll
Yep.
do great.
Does it say whack-a-mole, right?
Although
Bash
I
the
have
Beholder.
to say, I have given you a lot of whack the whatever puzzles. So, they're
True.
just in the form of monsters. So,
Also,
Also,
should have
Bludger
smacked
knows
Jewel.
medicine very well. He just uses it to hurt instead of help.
that's true.
He knows where to hit somebody to do a certain thing.
That's true. That is true. All right. So with all of that said and done, that is where we will be ending our adventure today. We missed our break because you guys had a giant puzzle to solve, but welcome to level 20 and a epically hard thing to do. So,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Dragon, puzzles suck.
Puzzles suck, they do, but you have to. It's like he was trying to make sure that it was not the easiest way to get to his room full of treasure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You know.
I purposefully didn't even think about the puzzle because Hush had no chance.
Yep. So,
Sorry, guys.
Throw an intelligence over 15.
yeah. All
I
right.
still feel like we missed it somehow on the first one. Like we were missing some key on the first one. I'm not sure what it was, but
The first part, literally, you had to touch it to take damage.
oh, that's it. Huh? Just
Really?
stuck
Uh-huh.
So the inscription's really just there to throw
Mess
you off?
with
Is
you.
that-
Yep. It was written.
Ah.
It was written later to mess with you.
Mhm. Yep.
And
Okay.
the Red Wizards cast Speak with Dead on the kobolds, found out what happened, and then chopped their heads off.
Mhm.
I'll take Lorden's bag of holding and I'll start filling it with gold and jewels.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Same thing. Still in the
Yeah, I
bag.
think we all have a bag of holding and we're just loading up.
Uh-huh. So, alright guys, well that is where we will end for today. Just a reminder that DMS Adventures Tavern does have some things going on throughout the week, as we have our Gaming Thursday on Thursdays. We've got our Wild Beyond the Witchlight on Fridays, and we have our Strict 7 College of Chaos Adventure on Saturdays. It's like we've got some things going on. I don't know. But just a reminder that we do have Extra Life things happening throughout this year, so just kind of keep that in mind, as it seems things might be starting to pick up. So,
Also, we need one more follower, and the cats can have special treats.
I already bought them too. They just we have to find that 150th follower so they can get their special treats and we can get a Jackbox night. So we are at 149 followers. So if we can find that last follower, we could get the boys and the puppy could get some extra special treats. So, all right, we are going to go ahead and just speaking of Extra Life stuff. Tora and I, along with another member of the Adventurers Tavern, will be participating this month in a Mario Kart tournament for Extra Life United. And so we're going to go ahead and raid over to another Extra Life streamer who's currently playing Mario Kart. But we have been practicing, and for the first time in our entire relationship, I am consistently actually coming out ahead of Tori on Mario Kart. It's amazing. So
Yeah, I played against one of our friends' kids. He got so upset. And I'm like, dude, I've been playing this game twice as long as you've been alive, okay? It's fine.
So we're going to go ahead and raid over to Christy. She is playing Mario Kart. She's an Extra Life streamer for the same hospital that we actually raise money for. So give her some love. But until next time, thank you so much for hanging out at DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure really is always on the menu. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.